As spring semester begins at Domingues Hills, so too does another season of baseball. Their goal? Win a national championship. However, that's easier said than done. And for Coach Wright, it starts with the basic fundamentals.
For our program, we kind of have a saying, we have it on the back of our uniforms. It's TSU, tough, smart, and unselfish. So our goal is to be tougher than everybody else, to be able to put in hours, to be able to grind through adversity. Smart, we're looking to work smarter, not harder, as far as like on the field, are we making the appropriate play? Are we putting ourselves through pressure during practice to be able to perform during the game? And then unselfish, are we willing to sacrifice ourselves as far as maybe an at-bat or something like that to better position the club for a win? And so, we try and kind of design practices around being tough, smart, and unselfish. We just have to put in the work that's necessary over the next, 4 or 5 weeks before we get into conference to accomplish the goals that we'd like to.
Some of the lessons I learned from the time as a player were that the next pitch is too important to worry about what happened. So short-term memory for sure in baseball, because there's a lot of game, that it's also the only game of failure. Like one of the big ones I like to say is, if you're 3 out of 10 in free throws, you better be Shaq. If you're 3 out of 10 in field goals, you're probably not kicking. But if you're 3 out of 10 hitting, you're in the Hall of Fame. So you have to understand that failure is a part of the game. Freshman year, you go from high school being one of the guys to college where everybody's a guy. So you have to kind of put that little bit of high school ego aside and understand like you're the small fish in the pond, and you need to learn from your failures and your mistakes. So then when you get to that 4th and 5th year, you've already been there, you've been in those situations, so you have that preparation.
I think I was involved in baseball probably from the time I was 4 or 5, started playing it as far as rag ball or t-ball, whatever they called it, and continued all the way through college, and then baseball kind of kicked me out for a year, and finished my degree and started coaching the year after that.
I wanted to play, that was my thing, and then I had an injury my sophomore year. I needed Tommy John surgery on my elbow, and it kind of puts everything into perspective. Like I missed 18 months of playing, like I just rehabbing, all that good stuff. So when you're in the middle of that process, you're like, is this what I want to do, like playing wise? Because it gets to you mentally. And then you start realizing like, man, coaching, like you're still in the game. Like you can still be a part of everything, obviously not participating, but you still have an impact on the game. And that's where that kind of came into my mind. And as I was still playing when I made it back, I started really understanding the coaching part, like paying attention to my coach, like how would you go about this situation and all that stuff, and it kind of just built on me that way.
I kind of knew then I wanted to coach at some level, and I was pretty sure it was at the collegiate level, because I felt like sometimes coaches use this solely for a selfish purpose, and I think that's the wrong reasons to get into coaching. I think like you should be there to help develop student athletes. And I thought that players should have coaches that genuinely care about their personal life, about their well-being, and about things after athletics. As far as what is the most important factor, I think your players need to trust you and believe that you're trying to do what's best for the club to win games, and that you support them outside of just the baseball field. We really care about them as a whole person, and that's kind of the goal, is you want your guys to feel loved, and you want them to feel like they can trust what you're doing is for the best of the club.
The biggest reminder is we're all working for the same thing. Whether you're on the field, whether you're in the dugout, whether you're in the bullpen, whatever it may be, we're all the team. And to keep it together, like I said, early in the fall, we let them go at it. But as soon as we get to that first game where we're playing somebody else, that's our first reminder of, hey, all that's aside, we're here to win. And that just carries on, and it also builds off the 7 years of great culture since I've been here, that where we get those leaders who kind of set the tone early, and that leadership dwindles down and gets passed along to the next year and the next year.
Every position in baseball is important. The core of the team starts with the pitcher and the catcher, also known as the battery. and there's a lot that goes into these two positions.
Yeah, usually the catcher is kind of a leader of your club, typically a vocal leader, somebody that's, you know, very loud and commands a lot of respect, and he's pointing out the different defensive situations, all that throughout the game.
Angel Cortez and Nigel Buckley, those are two of my favorite catchers, talent-wise and personality-wise, that I think I've had. Buckley has been here for 3 years. I saw him in high school. His first year didn't quite put in as much work as he needed to, and I think he kind of realized it, because that second year he came back different, and a lot of guys see that, so they see him as like, man, he put the work in, I need to do the same. Angel Cortez, I have a special relationship with him. We went to the same high school, so we played for the same coach, same mindset, same knowledge. So right away when we were looking into him as recruiting him, I was like, he understands right away. He knows when to get on guys, when to talk to guys. Like, I'm sure you hear him during the game. Nigel's not as vocal. Like, we would like him to be a little more vocal, but Angel will talk to you if you're in center field from behind the plate. And just the confidence of, like, to a pitcher, hey, let's go execute this pitch. Hearing that from your catcher just really wants you to perform better.
Growing up, I grew up in Los Angeles, California, South Central, so there's a lot of violence, things that you shouldn't probably be partaking in as a kid. Obviously, there's not everybody wants to be in that life, not everybody wants to go down that road, so I gravitated towards the athletes and the people that were, goal-oriented. But I was actually a football player, so like growing up, I was like football, everything football. My dad was football. Like, I played a year of high school football, and I played a year of high school baseball at the same time. And I realized that people could do it, definitely, but if I wanted to get to the next level and at the place I wanted to be, then I would have to choose and really focus in on that one sport.
No matter how good you do or how bad you do, you can always do better. And there's always a guy out there working more or harder than you. So I'm always trying to work hard and be the guy that's like the last one here, the first one here, and I want to do the best. So like, I think that mindset for me is just winning at everything that I do.
Most challenging part about being a catcher is being a vocal leader. Be that guy that's vocal and screaming and, telling everybody where to go.
So a lot of times people see like the physical beat-ups, right? Like, for example, throwing a baseball is not a natural motion for the arm. So you need to maintain, you need to take care of it, get your arm care in. The catcher, on the other hand, has to get in the way of those 90-mile-an-hour pitches in the dirt and put their body on the line and block, because they're back there to keep that ball in front of them. So that's just more so the physical side that people, sometimes get to see. But a lot of it's mental. Like, people don't get to see the catchers every, two times a week when we're throwing bullpens. They're there for hours in the sun catching those pitchers. So when it comes to game time, they know the movement, they know, hey, what do I need, the misses, all that stuff. So it builds that chemistry and that relationship even more. And like I said, people don't get to see that.
Keeping everybody's spirits up, because, we as catchers, we have our own sets of problems that we have. Maybe we'd be struggling on the field, something off the field. Being able to pick yourself up for the other players on the team and, make sure that you're not down, because you're that anchor. It makes playing the position better. That's our job as catchers, to find a way to rally our guys and make sure that they're playing the best that they can play. If they throw something in the dirt, you have to be there to block it. Just being that guy for your guy is really important. Just how frequent you're able to do that, they'll trust you more, and they'll see you throw to other people. They'll see what you can do, and they're like, okay, I like throwing to this guy. I can throw whatever I want.
So Jordan Townley and Blake Logan, I like to call them the veterans. They're older guys. Blake's been here for, I believe, 4 years now. Townley transferred in this year, but he's an older guy. He's been around, he understands the game. And what makes both of them great, not just as players, but as teammates, they pass that knowledge very well. Like Jordan Townley, for example, is a very, very good leader in making sure guys do their stuff, guys do the right thing, guys are, taking care of themselves, and because we're all going for the same thing. Blake is similar. Like, he'll get out here early and hit the infielders ground balls. Like, both of them want to see everybody get better, and they quietly go about their own work.
It means a lot to me to still be pitching today, and like, I've played this game my entire life. My main goal is obviously to play pro, but before that, just getting to play in college. Honestly, I didn't know I wanted to be a pitcher until I got to Domingues Hills. I always wanted to be a shortstop. I played defense. I pitched as well, and some of my coaches saw that I had talent in pitching, so I just kind of made the switch.
One of the biggest things that kind of led to the decision that I wanted to be a pitcher was my older brother. He was like a big role model for me. Growing up, I was always going out there to watch their games. I'd always run on the field after the game, trying to take ground balls, trying to throw off the mound. So I think just always wanting to be like him was a big focus. It's even the reason why I wear the number 21. It's kind of like a pass down number that he wore.
You know, often we throw bullpens throughout the week, which is just you, your catcher, and your coach. And between that and like playing games where you're actually in a game situation, like looking at your catcher, you know, making decisions, getting outs, I think just as the season goes on, it kind of just happens that way. Like, you're a pitcher, they're a catcher, you guys are kind of supposed to be like a team within a team. So if you trust your catcher and they trust you, it kind of just flows, like your friend back there. So you're just like, okay, he thinks I should throw this, that makes sense, like you trust him.
I think one of the biggest things that's necessary for having great chemistry is just building a good relationship outside the sport. Like knowing who he is as a person, talking to him, and not just, you guys aren't just two baseball players, like you guys are two friends. You guys know each other on a deeper level than just being on the baseball field.
The battery is essential. And for Coach Wright and the Toros, their battery holds a unique player that meets the team's expectations. Gabriel Lopez.
Baseball came into my life at a very young age. Just grew up all around it. Couldn't really get away from it, so it's just been part of my life.
So Gabriel Lopez fits in with every conversation, has a physical uniqueness about him.
My physical condition is known as hemifacial microsomia, microtia for short. It's basically just underdevelopment on one side of the face. I've been able to overcome it by just, you know, trying to live like anybody else. You know, obviously I have my differences, but it's really nothing much different than anybody else.
That physical toughness, that mental toughness of, man, I've lived with a disability my entire life. Throwing a baseball has no effect on my mental, and it's something that we really appreciate as coaches, to where a kid can not only deal with that in his personal life, but come out here and perform under the lights like anybody else. And that's what I genuinely like about him.
I have learned a lot of life lessons. A lot of things that a lot of people, I won't tell you, but it comes just naturally just in the game. You know, just patience, you know, love, pride. It's a lot of lessons come from the sport, and I don't think that the person that I am today without it. To be honest, I don't know who I would be without it. I'm glad to hear that they see the potential in me. You know, obviously my time here hasn't exactly been ideal, but you know, it was nice to know that I have people behind me who are always going to stand up for me and have my back.
In week 1, the Toros faced Fresno Pacific, playing 4 games against them, where the Toros win 1 and lose 3.
We thank you so much for coming. Hope you enjoyed today's game. We appreciate your support.
In week 2, they faced Concordia University Irvine, winning all 4 of their matches. On that fateful second clash with Concordia, Nigel Buckley steps up.
Leading up for the Toros, number 12, catcher Nigel Buckley.
And with one thunderous swing, sends the ball soaring beyond the horizon for a grand slam that echoes through the ages. When they faced their rivals, Cal State Los Angeles, in Week 3, they went 2-2.
Conference rivals in a non-conference matchup here at Toro Field on the campus of Cal State Domingues Hills.
Thank you so much for coming. Hope you enjoyed today's game, and we appreciate your support. These two.
So a message I would send to my current and future battery is always show up with that expectation to win. We have an expectation, and it's not a I hope I do good. It's an expectation. The next pitch you throw is too important to worry about the one you just threw, and that's going to take you very far, and that translates to life as well. You know, you just made a decision. Was it a good one? Was it a bad one? Doesn't matter. You made it and you move on. And that's one of the big messages that I want to send out to them. But we're not done. This isn't over. Like we're going to turn it around, and we'll be right back where we belong, and be ready.
The future is bright for the Toros, but it's also unpredictable. One thing is for certain: they are not backing down from any fight.